Good morning, Jays. I hope everyone is doing great. So today we'll speak about open source intelligence. So for those who don't know what's OSINT or open source intelligence, it's a passive way of acquiring information about the target, you know, in order to, build it or gather it for an attack. So we have, like passive and active. Active is the way like we use Nmap and those tools. We actively, scan the network or the website of the victim. But for this video, we'll not do that. We'll do a passive one, which is utilizing open source intelligence framework. For this one, we'll be utilizing a website called OSINT framework. Okay. So there's a lot of options we have got here, but we'll use, of course, the domain name. And from the domain name was the who is record, for example, and then we have a domain dossier. We click here. Okay, so I have here a website that's used by penetration testing, just for testing purposes, and we will let this all on domain who is record, network who is record, DNS record, and so on. So just this is just a testing website. Don't do this unless for research purposes or for education purposes, and then go. Okay, so from this website, what we can extract, as you can see, we have here the domain name, registry domain, okay, URL. Okay, let's look at the who is, the DNS server. Okay, as you can see here, the registrant name, Alan Grofield, organization Megacorp. Okay, the address, the phone number, which can be used, for like social engineering campaigns and so on. All right, we can move down. Okay, we got to the name server. Okay, which is um, important, or which is can be important in our search. We have the email, the serial number. Okay, the mail, the mail server, and so on. So this is a way, like, how can attacker, passively look for your information, and how, as a defender, you can utilize this, so in order to see what kind of information is exposed about your organization, so you can, control what can be shown publicly and what can't be shown. Other things we can use is by using or leveraging Doc, Google Doc, or it's called Google hacking. So we have this, kind of arguments and operators that we can utilize in order to tell Google to, you know, bring more, you know, more information about the specific site. So I'll leave this uh, cheat sheet for you, so you can download it and play with it. So we'll go to Google. Okay, and then after going to Google, let's, for example, utilize this operator site. Search only one site. Okay, let's say, for example, sorry, site Megacorp. So as you can see, this is the site, this is the operator, and I have, like, limited number of results because it's only searching about the site which is called Megacorp Corporate. Okay, so you can see this is the website. Okay, so this is important, if you want to limit the number of results you're getting. Okay, oh sorry, uh, uh, Google. Uh, site. Okay, as you can see, I'll change it to English. Okay, as you can see, this is the site. Here we have something called the index of assets. Okay, which can be important for research purposes. If you're looking for any kind of vulnerability, CSS, image, okay, parent directory, okay, stuff like that. Um, style.css, okay, just okay, it's index of assets, the names, IS, just some information you can maybe leverage in your research about specific. And there's of course a lot of you can play with this operator and so on. So the other website you can use is called actually Shodan, Shodan.io. So Shodan is one of the most used search engines by hackers and attackers because it contains a lot of information. Really huge information about anything you could ever think about, like about the website, the open ports, the vulnerabilities associated. For example, in Megacorp, in this website, as you can see, since it's a testing domain, we don't have, okay, we couldn't find an IP address. Okay, let's use another website. Let's say example.com. All right, we have an address here. Let's use it. And this, for example, Shodan. Okay. All right, so as you can see, generates for us here some information, the the host names, okay, the domains, .net, the edu, the country, the city, just a way you can look at it. The open ports, port 80, port 443. We can see here, for example, like the server Apache. It's a different way of looking at it, of course, and it's very useful. Okay, and yeah, you can use Shodan, for any kind of, you know, if you're looking for open ports, if you're looking, for example, let's say operating system Windows 7. Yeah, so for example, this will show you the Windows 7 operating system that are currently connected to the internet. And yeah, you may think that, there are people who don't use, Windows like Windows XP, Windows 7, but there are still people who are using this kind of, uh, operating system that are very vulnerable to a lot of, different attacks and so on. So this, Shodan, just like, it's a really, really powerful search engine. Literally, it's really leveraged by attackers. So it's important for us, to use it when it comes to open source intelligence and so on. So this was a short video. I hope you have gained some knowledge, and see you in the next one.